For those of you who watch my channel, you'll know that I'm pretty much an advocate of using gelatin to clarify your beer. But I had a bit of an aha, or maybe oh shit moment, when I realized just how much additional additive I'm putting in my beer to try to accomplish that clarity. So a recap on the gelatin is the typical approach is 1 cup of water, a teaspoon or so, 5 grams of gelatin, heat it up, add it in, give it a day or two, and you're all set. Here's the problem. This beaker right here, 1 cup is almost 250 milliliters. That would be this full beaker. That's how much I was adding. And it never really occurred to me until I ordered this, because I thought it'd be a good way of injecting my clarifier into the keg once it was already purged. And I saw this thing and I go like, that is damn big. I got to do something different. So I came back to considering BioFine. It's a similar type of product from the point of view that's a clarifier, but your required amount is so much less. This is 1 ounce, which is 28 milliliters, 28 grams. And if you use maybe 10, maybe 15 in a Pilsner, it should get you there. And so that's what I'm going to be doing for this experiment. And again, to make it more graphically visible, this pipette, this is 10 milliliters. This one here is what would be required if you're using gelatin, 250 milliliters. A big difference. So what I'll be doing is taking this little guy, filling him with the BioFine, injecting it into the keg once it's purged and ready to go, and then transferring the beer in on top of it. And we'll see what happens. If I can get the same results with BioFine in this small amount versus gelatin in this amount, that's a pretty easy choice. Now the trade-off is BioFine maybe costs a little bit more. I don't know what a pack of gelatin is these days. Pretty cheap. BioFine's about $3. $3 for this little guy. And theoretically, I should get maybe 2 uses out of it. So let's give it a shot. I'm brewing a Pilsner. We're going to load it up, and we'll see what we get. Here we go. The beer that we're doing the BioFine experiment on is in process right now. Here you can see it fermenting under pressure, 10 psi, and this is the end of day 2. So you can see why I'm going to have to use my injector to put the clarifier into the 2 kegs down here that I've already purged and have prepped for the beer once I transfer it. Of course, this beer is going to be carbonated during the transfer, so hopefully everything goes smoothly. Okay, the beer's done fermenting and it's time to transfer it now. But remember, the whole point of this video is to try to use a little bit of BioFine for my clarification. So what I'm going to do is take my little contraption here that I set up and inject the right amount of BioFine into my 3-gallon keg and my 5-gallon keg, and let's see how the results are. I've sanitized this whole thing so it's ready to go. With the BioFine, this is 1 ounce, which is 28 milliliters. So I'm going to do 10 milliliters in the small keg, 18 in the big keg. Give it some time and we'll see what happens. I've got my little scale here so I can measure those pretty precisely this first time around, and we'll see what our starting point really is. Pretty excited about this. I'm pretty hopeful, and I'll go so far as saying pretty confident we're going to see some nice results. So let me get to work, get things going here, and I'll see you in probably 2 days once it's had a chance to do its clarification. Before I leave you, let me show you exactly how I'm doing this. Got my scale set up. I'm going to take 10 milliliters out of the bottle here, weigh it out,
Yep, that's about 12. We'll go with it though. Now my syringe only holds 10, so that's what we're going with. Gonna get all the air out, because again, we want this to be as oxygen free as possible. That's part of the point of using this injector. Okay, here, and just give it the injection. Well, that was easy. Easier than I thought it might be. Let's finish up the other side. Very easy. Now the kegs both have little pressure in them, not much at all. So the BioFine is now inside of each. I'll transfer the beer into them, give it a couple days, draw some beer, and we'll check out the results. Pretty excited.
Okay, so it's time to see how we did. I've had the beer in the kegs now for about 2 days, and we'll go ahead and take a sample off the 5-gallon and a sample off the 3-gallon, take a look at them together, and then also just evaluate them for clarity in general. So what I'm going to do is I'll draw them out right now. We'll take a close-up, then I'll take them outside so the light's better and we can really get a good look at them. So let me move the camera over here. We'll pour some beer and do some evaluation. This tap handle here is connected to the 5-gallon keg. The 3-gallon just has a picnic tap on it. So here we go. There's one. And 2. That beer looks fantastic. Let me get a closer look here. But boy, it's a good beer, tastes good, and looks fantastic. So, BioFine versus gelatin. I'm still a big believer in gelatin, gotta tell you. Those results are fantastic. But from what I have done here, I would definitely, and will definitely, continue to investigate BioFine. Boy, pretty happy with this. And by the way, the beer is fantastic. Thanks for watching. We'll catch up with you later.